Hello, everyone. Welcome to Future Blues. I'm Sky, and with the first round of games done in the Sri Lanka A Team Tri Series, it's time for a mid series review because I'm seeing something very interesting about how India A is lining up. Let's have a look at the points table, and as you can see, all square. India have looked the stronger side and look set to face Sri Lanka A in the finals if things go most likely as per predictions. But the most interesting thing about these games haven't been the scorecards or the results, but it's the roles. If you look closely, India A has not just built a team to win this tri series, they seem to be testing a new ODI blueprint. A blueprint based on extreme intent at the top, flexibility in the middle, and explosivity at the end. Before we go into India A, let's look at how India's ODI team have been lining up in the Gambhir era. These are stats in matches with Rohit, Gill, and Kohli all since Gambhir has taken over in ODIs. And the first thing that stands out is the batting approach of the top three. The structure is fairly clear. Rohit is the aggressor. Excellent strike rate and boundary percentage indicating his intent to go aggressive and give India a quick scoring platform to build off. Gill controls the tempo and looks to get set for the long haul. Kohli is managing the innings like a boss, getting a good strike rate even though he has a low boundary percentage. We follow that up with the middle order, where we can see players like Shreyas and KL Rahul who have multiple gears, who can either rebuild the innings in case of an early collapse or accelerate and continue momentum if we've got a good platform going. Here we see KL having an excellent strike rate of over 100, even though he's not going for boundaries, showing his brilliance in rotating strike in the middle overs, getting those ones and twos, deflecting pressure. The middle order is followed by the lower order, and here, even though it's a small sample size with India rotating players in this position due to injuries and other things, but the interesting thing is Harshit Rana has been playing with an excellent strike rate, and even though it's a small sample size, I repeat again, his balls per boundary is lower than Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya. This bodes really well for India with Nitish Kumar Reddy also playing well. So between him, Hardik, and Harshit, we look set for 2027. But anyway, that's India's ODI strategy. Let's look at India A. India A hasn't copied the international team structure, they have pushed it to an extreme. Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Priyansh Arya have been given a T20 license in a 50-over competition. They are not looking to settle, they are looking to attack from ball one. Suryavanshi, in fact, has the highest boundary percentage and lowest balls per boundary for any person in the competition so far. Prab Simran Singh, who's supposed to be the responsible one, is again playing faster than Rohit Sharma is playing in the international side. So as you can see, it is extreme attack up top with two T20 players and one high intent attacking opener. This is what sets up India A's innings. This has left Ruturaj Gaikwad and Tilak Verma with a very different responsibility. They've been the ones who have absorbing pressure when this extreme attacking opening lineup of India A doesn't work to rotate, strike, and rebuild, or if they do get the platform that these young lads are capable of, then to continue that momentum and accelerate later. They are getting their runs through singles and twos and keeping India going and making sure they don't get all out. But at the end, so far, they've not been able to explore. But talking of the death batting, we've got some good hitters, bowlers who are able to chip in at the end in Suryan Shekde and Anukul Roy. And Ayush Badoni, like I mentioned, he was going to be the glue of the Indian batting lineup, and he's done well as well. And it's interesting to see that even with the limited opportunities they've been given in these two matches, they have been hitting the ball quite well. So that's how India A lines up compared to India. India have playing a little more responsibility, having one guy attacking, everybody else is kind of playing according to the match situation. On the other hand, India A is just going boom, 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 aggression at the top. And then we've got Ruturaj and Tilak Verma playing the responsible ones, good enough to play multiple roles in the India A side. But Out of all the players, the one person I must talk about in detail is Ruturaj Gaikwad. So Ruturaj has got 167 runs, an average of 83 and a half, a strike rate of 86.08. The last time he batted for the Indian international side, he also got a century playing in the middle order against South Africa, where he did continue the momentum. However, here the most interesting thing is that he's getting 67.7% of his runs through ones, twos, and threes, and only 32.3% through boundaries. That shows that he's willing to tone down his game, be more responsible, stick around, make sure we don't get all out. And this is important because Tilak Verma on the other side has not been in the best of forms. He's been sticking around but hasn't been able to play as fast, going through a lot of dot balls. Ruturaj has not been like that. In fact, let's look at how Ruturaj has played in the first two matches. In match 1, he entered at 16 for 2 of 4.1 overs. This became 69.3 after Priyansharya got a suicidal run out, and it was time for stabilization. So over the next 30 overs, Gaikwad and Tilak Verma put on 148 runs, where Gaikwad contributed about 60% of the runs, playing at a strike rate of almost 90. This was contrasted by Tilak Verma, who wasn't going guns blazing, but it did help India play well enough and got them to a stable platform before getting a blitz of runs at the end, got them to 277, which proved to be just about enough against Sri Lanka. On the other hand, against Afghanistan, the situation was very different. We had Vaibhav coming off well, Prab Simran continuing the assault. So Ruturaj Gaikwad came in at a much better situation of 88 for 2 of 9.4 overs. The run rate was already 9. They continued the momentum after the power play with him and Prab Simran. Over here, Prab Simran departed at 167 for 3 of 21.6 overs. Tilak Verma entered, and him and Ruturaj did initially make sure that we didn't lose any more wickets as they got only about 13 runs in the next 5 overs. But their partnership of 129 of 151 balls did give India the platform get to that 350 mark. Unfortunately, TLS happened, and well, we didn't win that match. But Gaikwad's contribution was quite good, and I was looking to see if he could explode at the end. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that in this match. So while others around him are playing with freedom, Ruturaj has been the player holding the innings together. That's a skill that won't jump out from the highlights, but it's one of the hardest skills in ODI cricket. Managing risk, managing tempo, knowing when to attack, and knowing when not to. India A and India have plenty of players capable of striking at 150, 200. What they don't have many of are players who can control an innings for 30 or 40 overs. And that's why Ruturaj is a lot more valuable than he appears. He's got great. So, this is what I've seen of India A's attacking intent, and Ruturaj has been shining. And these are my mid series observations for the A team tri series in Sri Lanka. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Please comment with any ideas or points of view you have on anything I've spoken, and I'll see you soon for the next one. This is Future Blues, and I'm Sky saying goodbye.